Good morning, everyone. I'm Alyssa, and I will be one of the presenters from Home Group 2 presenting about the CL2 case study that we have chosen, which is the surge of plastic waste during the pandemic. From our group, the presenters will be me, Zada Ilman, and Mirsa Alta. Here's the outline of our presentation. We will begin the introduction to the case, followed by the key points, then correlation, reflection, and conclusion. I will be explaining about section 1 to 2. Mirsal will be explaining section 3, and Zada will explain sections 4 and 5. I will begin to explain about the opening, which is the introduction to the case study. So this is the headline of one of the news reports in which we'll be presenting about today. The news report says that the number of plastic waste has been increasing due to the pandemic. Even before the pandemic, the plastic waste has been a huge issue year on year. Now that people are converting to online, it's getting even worse. This is the case summary. So we know that plastic waste is increasing due to the pandemic, and we also have a known fact that 96% of online packaging are actually made of plastic. So in this next section, I'll be explaining about the key points of the case study. There are three main points that we'll be covering today. Firstly, it's the increased consumption. There has been an increase in online consumption due to the pandemic. More people are being consumptive in buying plastic packaged products. Obviously, people typically do not have a choice in what kind of packaging their product will come in. In most cases, the packaging will be of plastic. Secondly, most manufacturers still don't implement sustainable infrastructure. They know that the manufacturing of their products are very harmful to the environment. They know that their packaging approach is mostly containing of plastic, but these are the companies that only care about profits, and hence sustainability or the environment is not a priority for them. Thirdly, plastic is causing pollution, especially in the ocean. Lots of microplastic are found in the bodies of fishes, which can negatively impact sea creatures, extinction, and biodiversity, as well as human health, because it affects the food that we eat day to day. So as this issue has a significant impact on the environment, there should be some actions to tackle it, such as implementing R. The next part of the presentation will be explained by my group mate, Mirsal.
Okay, my name is Mirsal, and I'm going to explain to you the correlation between case and LSPB theories. So here are the overview for LSPB theories in the case. So for LSPB1, as in the case, the surge of plastic waste during pandemic happened due to the increase of online shopping transactions as mostly used the plastic package. While the high number of online shoppers also has the positive correlation with the population growth, meaning that more people shop online. So this correlation also has been evidenced by research conducted by Ranjith Carvel Anepu in his journal Sustainable Solid Waste Management. As you can see from the graph that the total waste tons will increase as the population grow. And for LSPB2, in order to tackle the problem regarding the surge of plastic waste, it is necessary for us to build a sustainable waste management plan. So here, for example, a company called Anelotech has developed a treatment plan that can treat plastic waste and turn them into useful chemicals which can be used again for other things. Many plastic packaging materials are unable to be recycled and are instead thrown away after a single use, often landfilled, incinerated, or littered, polluting land and oceans, unlike the existing multi-step process, which first liquefy plastic waste back into low-value synthetic oil, intermediate products. So Analotech's PlastiCat chemical recycling technology uses a one-step thermal catalytic process to convert single-use plastics directly into basic chemicals such as benzene, toluene, sealants, or BTX, ethylene, and propylene, which can then be used to make new plastics. The technology's process efficiency has the potential to significantly reduce CO2 emissions and energy consumption. Once utilized across the industry, this technology will be able to more efficiently recycle single-use plastic. So one of the world's most urgent challenges. Okay, so for LSPB3, humans are responsible for the environment and their own health. So plastic waste isn't only dangerous to the environment, but to human health too. And large plastic bags and packaging and small microplastics, pieces of plastic are both equally harmful. So plastic waste destroys ecosystem in seas, harming sea creatures and coral reef formations, and plastic pollution harms fishing industries and national marine biodiversity. So in more urban areas, plastic waste clogs drainage, river systems, and water reservoirs. Plastic also contaminates water resources, harming those who consume it. And people are constantly becoming sick from consuming water polluted plastic waste. And in LSPB4, so a new renewable material is a material made of natural resources that can be replenished generation after generation. Wood-based products are renewable because trees can grow back when forests are sustainably managed, and more trees are grown and replanted than are harvested. Renewable energy is useful energy that is collected from renewable resources, which are naturally replenished on a human timescale, including carbon neutral sources like sunlight, wind, rain, tides, waves, and geothermal heat. An eco-friendly technology is a technology that has no adverse effect on the environment and uses sustainability sources of energy. So in order for a technology to be considered eco-friendly, it needs to be energy efficient, which is the percentage of energy output to the energy output. So in LSPB5, we mentioned about waste pollution and trash management methods. So the first method is we need to reduce the use of plastic so we can avoid single-use containers and utensils. And if we can use again the plastic product, we should reuse it. So maybe a reusable bottle or cup for beverages, it can be a solution. And if we can recycle it, we need to recycle it. So materials that available for reproducing. And for the last LSPB, in this subtopic, we learned there are various types of disaster that can occur, natural disasters, medical disease or outbreaks, and many more. We also learned how humans contribute to allowing these disasters to happen, such as irresponsible deforestation, etc. Then we learned the prevention and mitigation approaches that human can take to minimize the impact of this disaster. So humans plays a big role in the mitigation of disasters, especially in being responsible caretaker of the earth. From the case study, it seems that humans are the one causing the plastic crisis.
Okay, so now we move to first subtopic, which is group reflections. So now after you have heard my friend's discussion, now we know how severe the plastic pollution is. It not only affects us, but the environment and also the sea creatures will get impacted as well. So we as a human, as the manager of nature, should take a full responsibility to overcome these issues. Actually, there are many ways that we can do. First, we can throw our plastic waste in its place, since usually the waste management department will sort our plastic waste and separate it from other waste. And the second thing is that we can do 3R, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So for example, when we would like to buy something in supermarket, we have to bring our own bag so that we will no longer use plastic bag that is given by supermarket. And the third thing is that we can clean up the beach so that the waste will not get into the oceans, since if it's so, the negative impact will be much higher. And actually, other than these three programs, there are still many ways that you can do. So it's actually no excuse for us to not get involved in this plastic reduction program. And the last subtopic is conclusions. In this case, the search of plastic waste happens due to the rise of online shopping, which most of the package is using plastics. And with this plastic, it will turn into plastic waste, which can give a significant negative impact on both human and also environmental health. So that's why our group suggests three solutions that can be conducted by governments, people, and also United Nations as larger institutions. So the first solution is that we encourage government to issue more stricter policy regarding this plastic. So for example, government may limit the number of plastic produced by company. And the second solution is that we really encourage people and also an environment community to conduct no plastic campaign, such as by boycotting the brand that is ignoring these issues. With this campaign, we really hope that the company now will be more aware and also realize that reducing the plastic products will have significant impacts on their sales. And the last thing is that we encourage United Nations to promote their SDG programs so that by 2030 they can achieve their goals, and now everyone will become more aware on these issues. And actually, that's all from my groups. The last thing that we would like to say is that we should save environment and say no to plastic.